Hello my YouTube friends, I want to welcome you to this exciting lesson in Revit. This lesson is called Revit Beginner's Guide, where I'm going to teach anyone who is just beginning in Revit on how you can start a project and complete it the way you are seeing it right here. So I'll not skip anything. I'll take you step by step, and I just want to ask if all of you that even if you know how to use Revit, make sure that you still watch, because there are a lot of things that I'm going to mention, the tips and tricks which will help you to be more efficient in Revit. So I'll show you on how you can open a project. Of course, for those who are beginning, the best way of adding these walls, the furniture, you can see that we have sliding doors, and we also have the windows, the roof, and I'll show you everything just in this lesson. Now, without wasting time, let's get started in this lesson. If there is anyone who would like to join me in a course in Revit architecture, please make sure that you check the link in the description. There's a course which will take you step by step on how to model architectural projects. All right, so what I'm going to do is to just close everything here because I want to start from scratch, and I'm going to use the default templates. I don't want to use custom templates, so that you are able to follow along in this lesson. So I'll simply click on the 3D view to close it, and also I'll close this one. Now, once you just double click the icon on your on your computer there, this is what you are going to see if you are using Revit 2024. If you are using a different version, you are going to see something similar to this, but all in all, you are going to have this window where you can open a project or start a new project. You are also going to have recent projects. If you're using 2024, you are not going to see these two, because these two are just created these projects, but the rest you are going to see. Down here, you see that these are the families that you are going to see. All right, so I'll just click on new, and this is what you see. Make sure that create new is ticked there, and if you have the template that you want to use here, you can, but I want to go to browse, go to the installation, and pick the template that I want. Now I'll just change this one to the list, and I'll go to the installation by just clicking there. If you have a different version to show, maybe Revit 2020, Revit 2021, go to that one, and the next one is a template. Just click on it. Now I'll go to English, since I use English, and within here, these are the templates that I installed by default. Now what you are seeing here may be different depending on what you have installed on your computer. Now these other ones which are not in a folder, this is a UK template, so I'll just pick the residential. If you want, you can pick any of these, and even we have UK, we have Egypt, we have Chinese templates. Pick whatever you want to use. So I'll pick this one. This is a UK template, and I'll click on open, then click on open. This is what you have once you use the same template. Now if you use a different template, doesn't matter, it will open and you can proceed as I'm going to explain. From here, the first thing that you need to do is to check the levels and create the levels that you want. Go to any of the elevations here. I'll go to south, right? And this is what we have. We have 2 levels. If you want to add another level, just need to go to architecture, click on level, and creating a level just by clicking 2 points. The first point and the second point, and now you can see that you have the level. So I'll just select on it and delete it, because I just want to use these 2 levels that I have. Now these levels can be dragged by holding your left mouse like that. The same levels, you are able to click the name on top there and change it. For example, I want GL for ground level. Just click outside and click on yes, so that that name can appear there. I can also select there, select once again, and I'll call WP for wall plate. Click outside and click on yes. Right? Now to change the spacing, just click there, the one on top, then change it to 3000, because I want 3 meters all the way up to the wall plate. Then click outside, click once again, and these are the 2 levels that we have. I'll go to GL by just double clicking on GL there, and this is the window that we have. Now down here, you see that we have the properties, okay, and the project browser. You are going to see on how I'll be switching from one to the other. Now depending on how you've set it up, you are sometimes going to have maybe either the project browser and the property side by side somewhere here, or sometimes you can even drag it this side. But I like it overlaying it on top of each other so that they can have enough working space here. So I'll be switching just like this. All right. So from here, we are at GL, and let me just close this one and also close the south. This is the one that I want. Now I can start, creating the grids if I want by going to architecture, then click on grid. And now to create your grid, just clicking the first point and the second point. This is number 1. If I want a grid maybe at 3.1, I can just click there. Just like this, you are able to create your grids. This is self-explanatory. If you want now the vertical ones, just click the first point, the second point, hover your cursor there. As you can see, you can even watch the dimension and you can place it where you want it to be, just like this. Now, once you start doing this, let me select this one and delete. The first one that you place there, you have to change maybe to letters, click outside. Now the next one, if I just click there, right click and create similar or CS on your keyboard, I can hover my cursor there, you see it snaps there, then I can click. The next one now will be B, and the next one will be C, and you can continue creating your grids just like this. All right. Now these grids, I can click there and I can activate, the bubbles on the end by just clicking, that little box at the end, just like this. Now in this project, I don't want to use these grids because the project is quite small. I'll select everything like that. I'm dragging the left mouse and delete. What I want to do is to just bring in the reference image so that I can quickly start modeling the walls. To do that, I'll go to insert, right? Then I'll go to import image. You can import CAD and also PDF, but I have an image. I'll click on import image. Now you just need to check where you saved that image. In my case, it's in videos. I'll go and find it and I'll click on it. This is the image that I want to bring in and click on open. It will float like this. It's just a matter of clicking like that. All right. Now I'll not be so exact with my dimensions of this one. I'll show you on how you can change them. But with this one, I just want to scale it and just assume that maybe this room is maybe 3.5 meters. So I'll select on this reference image and go on top there. We have scale, select on it. Then roughly, I want the room inside. I'll just pick maybe the inner one here and maybe pick the inner one there. You can see that it will scale. All right. Now, actually, if I want to scale the overall dimension, I can do that. I'll just escape on my keyboard once, go back to scale there, and now I'll just, pick the inner, dimension so that I can scale to the correct dimension that I want. I'll pick the corners roughly somewhere there, and now pick also the inner one somewhere there. You see that is 6.2. And you see that it scales like that. I want to make this one as maybe 4 meters. All right. Just like this, up to 4 meters. Then I'll just click there. Right. So roughly this should be 4 meters. I can go to annotate, pick detail line, and let me simply, roughly, I go all the way up to there, and it's exactly 4 meters. All right. Now I can continue because this has now been scaled proportionately, so I can continue doing whatever I want to do here. All right, now make sure that you pin this reference image by just clicking on pin there. Click outside so that you don't move this thing accidentally. Now I can just select and drag this one here, select like that and drag it closer there, select it and drag it here. All right, these are elevation markers. We're able to drag them like that. All right, I'll start now dealing with the walls by just going to architecture. Then I'll click on wall. Now you see that you can specify the height. All right, from here, the location line from here. and you can use the draw tools right here. Now I need to go to the properties because I'm in the wall command. This is the project browser. Go to properties, and now I just want to pick, maybe let me pick this exterior wall. I'll click on it and make sure that you use height. Remember, we are at ground level and we want height, and we want to take it all the way up to the wall plate. All right, so these two are very important to set. Then the location line, I'll just use wall center line. That's fine. All right, then I'll simply maybe roughly pick somewhere here near the center. Just click there, then I can drag it all the way up to the end and somewhere here in the center. Then I can go down and roughly there. I can change the dimensions. This is Revit. I can change the dimension for my rooms. If I want to do that, it's simple to do. Then I'll pick it like that. All right, now you see that we have the wall outside. Let me also add these, partition walls. What I'm going to do again, I'll click on wall. This time I have to pick a partition wall. Maybe let me pick this one here. Make sure that height, then up to wall plate is selected, and leave everything as it is. So now you need to make sure that you cross where you have the wall is supposed to start, maybe from here. Make sure that you cross it there on there. You don't have to leave here open on the door, because once you place the door in Revit, it's going to cut that wall. So just make sure that you go all the way up to the end here. All right, see that we have that partition, and I can also pick it from there up to there, and I just want to make it, end up to somewhere there. Right click, cancel, then I'll pick it from there. You can see that if you have a reference image, you can do it very quickly and finish everything. Now from the look of things, it has moved, but it's okay. I can start another one from there all the way up to the top, and we also have this wall from this point up to that point, and I want to make sure that it reaches somewhere there. All right, so the walls are done. Now you can see that if I just maybe change to thick lines, you can see that these are the walls and the layers. Now some people in some regions, they don't add all these layers. You may just have maybe block work without any layers in between, but this is a UK template. This is how it is. Now if you just want to make it maybe filled, just change this one to coarse so that you can see it like this. Maybe for those who do not add a number of layers, this is how you want it to appear. Now I just want to change a few graphics here. I'll just select on it, click on edit. I can use black, or I just want to use red so that it appears exactly the way I showed you. See that this is how you do it. You can select now on the partition, click there and change the coarse scale fill color from there to red. Apply, okay, and okay, and this is what we have. Now let me add these columns. We have 3 columns here and 2 columns there. What I'm going to do is to simply go to architecture, go to column, then pick architectural column, then make sure that you are within the properties here so that you can see the column. You can see that this is how you place the column using the height up to the wall plate, and just like there, make sure that you select these 2 options. Now go within the properties and pick any column. This is a concrete column, or it can even be wood. You are going to just pick anything here. I'll just pick the first one, then click on edit type so that you can specify the actual size of that column. But make sure that you click on duplicate, and you can name it if you want. For example, if I want it to be 400 by 400, so that I can maybe know this is my column that I created. Right, then click on OK. Now go to the depth and specify the 400, and the width also the 400. All right, click on apply and OK. Right, now I can come here and simply maybe have my column. Maybe this one is too much. Anyway, it's okay, but this looks to be too much. Maybe 200 by 200. All right, so I'll go back here and I'll do rename, and I'll call this one 200 by 200 meters. Okay, let me quickly change this one to 200. This is how you can change these things. Apply. Okay, now this is what I want. Again, it's too small, but let me just leave it the way it is. I'm going to, to add it somewhere there. It's fine. And I'll add one here. Make sure that height up to wall plate is selected there. Then I'll add it there. And I'll go there and simply add that column there, and also another column right here. Okay, so the columns are right there. Now if I want to check this in 3D, I can simply click on 3D there, and you see that we have our walls. As you can see, now I picked a different wall. Now you can see that the exterior is, inside here. It doesn't matter. You can select there, and spacebar on your keyboard, click. It's going to flip like that. Spacebar on your keyboard, and now you are able to see it outside like this. So all these walls, spacebar to flip them. Select this one, spacebar to flip, and you see that this is what you have. I think this one also flip just like this. Now this is not the wall that I want to use. I think I'll select this one, right click, select all instances in visible view. I want to use, there are a number of walls here. Is it this one? Okay, correct. So it's this one. Now what I can do is to go to modify, just click on match type properties. I can pick this one, and now pick that one, pick that one. Okay, maybe I have to go back once again, select this one, then match type properties by clicking there. Right, so I'll pick this one and that one, and that one. Is it going to match? Okay, perfect. It has matched the properties, as you can see from here, and this is the wall that I want to use. Now this one I have to flip it by selecting on the wall, spacebar, click outside. As you can see, it's right there. All right, it looks perfect, looks good. Now if I go to ground level, select on the wall, you notice that we have these small arrows. It shows where the exterior is. If I click there, you see that it goes inside, and if I go to 3D view, you see that it's inside. So you can even flip it from the ground level or just from plan, and you notice that everything is okay. All right, now since I've changed this wall, I just need to click on it, edit type, change this one to red, apply, okay, and now we are back here. Right, now I'll start with now the doors and the windows. If I just select here, you see that I have that window and the doors here. So I'll start with the doors by going to architecture. You just need to go to architecture, and you see that you have the door right there. Click on the door, make sure that you are within the properties. You can check the doors that are loaded here. The door that I want is not here. What you need to do, once you are within the door command, you see you have the load family right here. All right, so I'll just click on load family. All right, here we are, but sometimes you may not come straight here. I want the doors, so I'll go back here. Again, this is the installation. If let me just use the US English Imperial. You can even use metric, doesn't matter. If I want, I can go to Revit and pick a different one, but I'll still be within the US. So I want the doors, double click there. I can even expand this one so that I see all the doors that are within this installation. You can just follow this path. All right, now I'm going to use residential. These are the doors that we have. Now which door do I want? Maybe I can use this door, hold control and select that door. Right, then I'm just going to click on open. You can pick the sizes that you want to load, but I'll just click on OK to load everything. Right, now you can see that I can pick the door that I want. For example, if I want this one, I can select on it. Now for those who are using metric, this is just a name. This one, I mean those who are using, you know, metric, this one is imperial, the way you can see. But if I select on it, click on edit, the dimensions here are still metric. That is just the naming. I'm using an imperial library in a metric template. Doesn't matter, you can use it and you can just rename it. You are still good to go. This is just a name which I can do. If I want to rename, I can click on rename and I can put a name that I want. For example, I want this one to be 900 maybe by 2000. Click on OK. Now I can specify the width 900 and the height right here, which is 2 meters or 2000. All right, click on apply. Okay, now we have this one. So it's just a matter of making sure that you are right here, and let me place it there. Then I'll also hover my cursor there, this one. Then once you just move it like that, it will flip. Or even if it's outside like that, let me deliberately, you know, place it like that. Click on escape. I can select on this one. You see that you're able to flip it like that. You're also able to flip it in that way using these arrows. So I have two doors. Now this other door is an interior one. So I'll simply go to door once again. Click there and I want to pick this door. I'll not change the dimensions. If you want, you can click on edit, duplicate or rename and change everything from here. But since you know what to do, I'll just maybe move it in place there, somewhere there, and click. The door is right there. All right, now let's deal with the windows. These are the doors that we have. As you can see, it's 900 by 200, even this one. All right, so the windows, I want a bigger window here. Okay, another bigger window somewhere here. I'll start with this one. I'll go to architecture, click on window. Now you can check the windows that are loaded here. If what you're looking for is not here, don't have to worry. You just need to go while in the window command, just go to load family and it will remember where you opened. I can go back again, go back right until you are in your folder where you are getting everything. Then find the windows. As you can see, it's right here. Double click. All right, I can expand this one, drag it on top so that I see a number of things. Now I'm going to load different windows. I'll hold control, select this one and pick a number of windows. Maybe I'll also pick this one. Okay, now I'll not come back to the windows. I'll just load a number of them and I'll just be picking them within there. All right, then we have this one also. We have that one also, this one and this one. I have selected a number of windows that I want to use. All right, so once I do that, I can now just, you know, click on open, click on OK, and we can now simply start resizing the windows and placing them within our wall. So I, you know, selected a number of them. So see that we have these windows. Now I'll right click cancel and I'll start with this window here. All right, so I'll simply go to architecture window. Now I can go back there and pick the window that I want to use. For example, if I want this window, I can click there. All right, now it doesn't matter. You can rename these windows. You can change the size. If I want to pick this one, I want the one with 3 panels. Right, download it. Okay, if you, anyway, let me just pick any of these. You can pick the one with 3 panels or 4 panels. I'll pick this one. And maybe what I'm going to do, I'll click on edit type, duplicate, and I'll call this one, maybe since there are 3. Okay, one is 600. Maybe I'll call this one maybe 1800, maybe by 1300 by the of the height. Then I'll go to width. Maybe I want this one to be 1000, maybe 600, not 1800. That's fine. 1600 by 1300. That is the height. Apply. Okay, now I can come here and simply place it there. All right, that is my window. I can go back, you know, these libraries, you can pick whatever I want. Let me just change the size of this one to maybe 1800. apply OK. I can rename it if I want, right, so that I don't waste so much time. I'll select on the window and I just want to place it in place like that. Right, then I'll pick this window, right click, maybe create similar. If I want, I can use the same window. Now I just want to be quick because don't want to waste too much time on this one. We have another window here. Let me pick the same window, but for this one I'll just click on edit type. I'll just duplicate. I want this one to be 1000, that is the height for my kitchen. Then it will also be 1600. Okay, then I'll just do it like that. Okay, so that I can come here. This is 1000, even 200. Okay, I can rename it 1200 by 1000. Right, apply. Okay, I think it has adjusted. So this is for the living room. It's much bigger. I can select this one, create similar, and maybe it should be the same here. All right, now if I want to see what is in the background, I can just select on the wall there. See that I have, this one is smaller, but I know I want a bigger one, but it's okay. I can rename it. I can go to the library and find the correct ones, the bigger ones, and resize it from there. Now I have these two small windows. If I go into window there, click there, I'll be a little bit fast this time since you know how to do this. There's this small window that I'm looking for. I'll choose a different one. Maybe let me just pick this one here. All right, okay, this is the one that I can use. Now I'll click on edit type there, duplicate, and I'll call this one maybe 600 by maybe 1 meter, which is 1000 millimeters. Okay, then I'll change the height to 1000 and the width to maybe 600. Okay, right, now I can place it right there. I think there were a number of them here. I'll select on it. Another one is right here. I'll select on it, right click, create similar, maybe somewhere there. Now there is another window which is right here. I'll just click on edit type on this one, duplicate, and this one will be 600 by maybe 900. All right, click OK. I'll come here. I want the width to be 600, but the height, actually the height, let me just make it maybe 500. Okay, apply. I can rename this one so that it's 500. From there, apply. Okay, naming is very important so that you don't get lost. Now I can even place it maybe somewhere there, right? Okay, anyway, I can change it with a different one, but I guess I just have to use the same one. It's still fine. All right, okay. Now if I just go to my 3D view, you see that I have this window here, the bigger one, and these other windows, and I'll leave it the way it is. We have that door there. Okay, so we are getting somewhere. Now if I just select on the windows there, make sure that you change the head height to 2000. Okay, because that is my head height, to 2000, which is 2 meters. I can do the same for all these windows. Hold Control, select all these windows, and simply change the head height. It doesn't show me everything. Okay, I can do one by one, 2000, and you can do the same for the others, as you can see from here. Okay, so the doors and the windows are done. I'll go back here. Now I just need to add, these furniture and fittings by going to architecture. This time you need to go to component, click on component, and make sure that you check here if the component that you are looking for is not there. Go to load. All right, now I just need to go back and I'll start with maybe plumbing. Just double click there, then go to architectural, then fixtures. Right, I'll start with the bathtub. I'll use that bathtub, click on open, and you can pick a different size and you can also resize it, but I'll simply use this one and simply place it there. Right click, cancel. then I can select on it, even use an arrow to move it closer to the wall, right? Then I'll put a countertop somewhere here for the kitchen by going to architecture component, then load. I know it's not there, so I have to load it. Go back once again until you go to the main one. Then you have what we call we have casework. Just double click on casework. Then we have countertops somewhere there. I want this one. This is the one that I want to use. Then click on open. All right, then you can simply do like that, and right, you see it flips. But what I'm going to do is to rotate. I'll just select on it because I want the sink to be right here. I'll select on it and click on rotate or arrow on your keyboard. First click the vertical and now rotate it like that. Okay, as you can see, then I can flip it by using space bar. Is the one I can use to rotate, like to flip it like that. Now I can drag it to the corner, and with the goodness with this is that you can drag it like that, right? And you can also drag everything. Maybe I'll just end it up to somewhere here. All right, now I'll not add all these like the fridges and everything. I'll show you where to find them. You can add whatever you want. If you want to find all those, just go to component, load there, then go back. This is casework, go back. You see that if I just go to, should be furniture, you see we have the furniture here, and we have seating, we have the bed, storage, tables. All these can be used and be placed there. So if let me just quickly maybe do the bed, since I've already found it here. I'm going to use this bed, click on open, and I can have maybe the bed somewhere here, right? I'll go back there and go back. I want to find what else do I need here. Sitting. Yeah, anyway, I can add this if I want. I can pick a chair there, and if I want, I can just use spacebar to maybe add one chair here, then spacebar, and add another chair here if I want. I think those two are enough. I'll go back there, then go back once. This is what we're going to be doing. Then what I want to use is plumbing. Just double click on plumbing here, architectural, and go to fixtures. Then I want the sink or maybe water closet. Let me start with the water closet. I'll pick this one, open, and I just want to place my thing somewhere there, as you can see. All right, now I also need to go to load family once again, go back once, and the water closet, I want to go to sinks, and I'm just going to pick this one. All right, you can pick whatever you want and open there. You see we can have this one. This is just space bar. I'll just place this one here. What else can we add? You've seen the whole idea, and you can pick whatever you want and add it. I think what I've added is more than enough. You can pick the furniture and everything from here. If I just go to my 3D view, you can see that I have those things there, as you can see in 3D. I'll go back to ground level. Let me now add, the sliding, door here. Now the sliding door, I don't have it within my library here. What I'm going to do, I'll simply minimize like that, minimize everything. All right, everything here. I just downloaded this sliding door here. Okay, you can download this one from Revit City. I'll just drag it here and place it there. It's right there. Then I'll drag this one and expand. Right, so now this is my sliding door. I can place it there. Now I'm not going to change the size. You can go ahead. So I have it right there. I also have it where I think it was somewhere here. You can make those changes. I have it somewhere here. I also have it somewhere here. You can do that and make those changes. All right, so if I select on this sliding door, you can click on edit, and you see that we have the height, we have the thickness, we have the width. So you can change all these. Make sure that you duplicate and give it a name there. For example, if I want maybe 800 maybe by 2 meters, which is 2000, I can do that. And now change the height 2000, and this one maybe 800, and this is the type. Click on apply. Okay, this is the type that I've created here. You can go ahead and do whatever I want. All right, now that I have everything there, what I want to do is to simply deactivate or hide that JPEG file by just selecting on it, right click, hide in view by elements. Now I just have the base file. All right, now let me add the floor here. If I go to 3D view, you see that we don't have the floor here. All right, this is what we have. So I'll go back there and go to architecture. You see that we have the floor right here. Click on the floor, architectural floor. Now you can pick the floor that you want. I'll just pick the one which is right here, and maybe ground suspended. It doesn't matter. I can pick anything that I want. Let me pick the second one. Now you'll be in the sketch mode. As you can see, once you pick the floor command, you just need to use the draw tools here to sketch it. You can use pick lines or pick walls. All right, so if I use pick walls, I can start picking the walls like that. I can even move this line, or if I use pick lines, I can start picking the outside. I think this one works well, so that I just pick the exterior like that. Now here, I think I can also pick these columns. Yes, I can do that. I can also pick that column there and this one. Now the only thing I need to do is trim. Okay, so I'll just type TR on the keyboard for trim, or just click here, that is a trim. Then I can pick this one and that one, it will trim like that. All right, now I can also pick that line and this line, it will trim like that. Can also go ahead and pick this line and which other line? Oh, I also need to add the vertical one, so I'll click on pick this one right here and add one. Then I'll go and click on trim. Then I can pick this line, and these lines have to be perpendicular to each other. They should be horizontal and the vertical one, okay, or at least even at an angle, so that you can trim. Right, now we don't have a line here. I'll just need to pick lines. Then I'll pick one to overlap here. That's why I have this error. But if I just click on trim, I can pick this line, and we should have another one somewhere here. So I'll pick this one and pick, make sure that you pick the vertical one, then click on trim. Now I can pick this one and this one, then this one and that one there. Okay, now it can trim like that. Right, okay, so I'll simply delete that one which remained. Let me make sure that everything is okay. Now I want to align this one to the outer face there. I can just click on align there, or AA on your keyboard, pick this one and that one. Then I have to trim, make sure that everything is complete. Click there, pick there and pick that one. Now this is complete outside, and this is the floor. Click on the green check mark there and click outside. What is this? Okay, just delete this one because I don't need it. If I go to my 3D view, you see that now you have your floor right there. We are getting closer to what we want to achieve. I'll go back here. Now let me just add some few graphics here. I'll go back there and click on graphic display options. Smooth line should be activated. Go to Windows, show ambient shadows and cast shadows. Click on apply. Okay, this is what you are going to see from here. Then I can click there, go to shaded, and now I just need to play around with these shadows because this is too much, right? So I'll go back there and click on graphic display. I just need to go to lighting and click on sun setting. I can reduce this one maybe to 5, that is the altitude. Click on apply, you can see it changes. Click on top, and maybe this one to 1, maybe 165. Click on apply. All right, so maybe I can even reduce it further. That is the azimuth, maybe 170, somewhere there. Then click on apply, and now it looks perfect, as you can see from here. All right, now if I go to shaded, I don't know why it's not shading here. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to go back there, graphic display options. I'll go to lighting. Maybe the lighting is too much here under the sun. Click on apply. Okay, now I can see that shade and I can see the shadow. As you can see, this looks perfect. Click on apply, and you see we have it right here, as you can see. Okay, I think we are okay with what we have. Now the other thing that we have to do is add the rooms before we go to the roof. As you can see, before we go to the roof, I'll go back here and add some rooms here. I'll go to architecture, and see we have the room. Click on room. So this one self-explanatory. Once you click there, just make sure that you pick name, number with metric area. If I just use the default one, I just click there, you see that it's showing these imperial units. I can do that and change this one later. Let me just do that. This one, I want to have a kitchen here and the living room here, so I need to break it or separate it here. I'll click on modify. So I'll select this one, and this one, then go to properties and make sure that you use name number with metric area, so that you show the room and the area in metric. Now before I change the name here, I just want to separate it here by using a room separator, so that I can put the area there. I'll just click there and make sure that it touches the wall. Now these two areas are separated. Even this one outside, you can't add an area. You need to use this room separator from the wall, and now make sure that it goes round like that. Right click cancel, or simply click on modify. Now if I go to room, I'm able to add a room here and also a room there and also a room somewhere there, as you can see. Click on modify. Now I need to select, hold control, select this one and that one. Make sure that you change it to this one. As you can see, this one will be called, just click twice there, click, or even once. I'll call this one bedroom. Okay, just make sure that you type correctly. Bedroom, click outside. What is this one? What is this one? Is called can't remember what the name of this one. Anyway, I'll call this one WC. It's fine. Then I'll call this one, I'm just clicking there, then living. All right, living room, click outside. Then this one should be the kitchen, then click outside. And this one, what is this? I can even call whatever I want, maybe veranda. Okay, as you can see, then click outside. It's fine. So the rooms are there and the areas, and this looks perfect, as you can see from here. Right, now I just want to add the roof here. As you can see, we don't have the roof on top here. Right, so I'll go to ground level, and now I can even go to the wall plate, but within here I can now go to the roof, then roof by footprint. It's asking me that, do you want to add the roof at wall plate? I'll click on yes. Now we are in the sketch mode. You can pick the type of the roof that you want from here. If you want to use tiles or this other one, I'll just pick the first option there. That is the first thing. The overhang, you can specify it. Maybe I want an overhang of 400. Now after that, you need to come here. These are just tools that you can use to sketch. What is selected is the boundary, and I can use peak lines. So once I hover my cursor there, make sure that offset has disappeared. This is 400. Make sure that it's there, so that once you just click that line to give it an offset. Now you will notice that define slope is selected. That's why you're even seeing the slope. there automatically. If you uncheck it, it will not appear here. So let me just add a number of them with that slope. Okay, and now if I just remove that slope and try to add it on this one, you see that the slope will not be there. So where you don't have, or actually we have these lines, I can continue, but I'll make sure that the slope is there. Can continue making sure that it it continues. Now why am I having it inside? I can click there. Okay, click another one. I'll delete the other two, just like that, just like that, just like that. So we have everything here. Now you just need to use trim by clicking on trim. I'll click there, and that one we are going to remove what we don't want to see. I'm just trimming like that. So this one is easy to do, this one and that one. So this one has disappeared. Now I can click and add another one. Make sure that the offset is there. We are using 400 there. Worry, it's overlapping somewhere here, but we are trimming there. So we can click this one, that one, this one, and this one. Okay, so now I just need to click on modify to escape and delete this one, select this one and delete it, and you see that we have it here. Now I don't want to have the slope on this one because this is a gable roof, so you can still select on it and deactivate it. All right, once you select on this one, you can even change the slope from here for all these. As you can see, actually this one is supposed to have a slope. Why is it not there? I can even come here and in Revit you can change things at any time. Right, if you want, you can even change the slope from within here and specify your own slope from here, or you can select on it and change it from here, or you can remove the slope from here, or you can bring back the slope from there. You can do it at any time. So this is what we have. Now what I'll do, once I set up everything, click on the green check mark, then go to 3D view and let's see what we have. Okay, is this what we are looking for? Right, it looks okay. Click outside and the roof is right there, but now I don't want what I'm seeing here. Let me go back to ground level, and am I missing something here? Let me bring back the, oh yeah, actually yes, something strange here. We have this one supposed to extend all the way up to the end here. So this is how you can bring what you hid in your view. So I'll select on it, click there once again, select on it, right click, and I can do an hide in view by element so that I can bring back this one. Now what I'll do is to simply edit the floor, I think so let me hover my cursor there, then select the floor there and click on edit. All right, is this the floor? Yes, then I can select on that one and hold control, select on this one, then I'll delete it. Then we have this line and this line. I'm going to trim TR on your keyboard, pick this one and that one, then click on finish. All right, now remember we added an area here, but if I want, we are still in review hidden elements. I'll select there, click there just to come out of that. Now if I select this one, I can drag it so that the area can recalculate. Right, then I can drag it up to somewhere here, select this one, maybe up to somewhere there. Okay, let me see what we have in 3D. So I'll select the roof and click on edit. I'm just now editing this roof so that it can fit what we have here. All right, so what I'll do, you see that we need the column here. So this is how you can start editing. I'll delete this one, then TR on your keyboard or click on trim so that you join this one and that one. But remember, I don't want this slope here. I'm going to remove it. then click on finish. Now this is what I want on this side. Perfect. I'm just going to copy this column to have one at the end there. So I've selected the column, go to ground level, and I'll click on copy, and I want to copy it from there up to there. I think it's okay. Click on modify, then click on 3D, and you see that it looks perfect. We have it right there, and this is what we expect. All right, so now what I'm going to do is to ensure that I add, a wall somewhere here. So I'll go back there and I'm going to add a wall here. So I'll just pick this same wall, right click, create similar, and I'll simply click that point and that point. Let's see what we have. I'll select on this one, then I'll move it. Just click there, cancel. Okay, now I have the possibility of changing this one to wall plate. That is the base constraint. Top of the wall is lower than the base offset. Okay, so, and there are so many ways of dealing with the same thing. So what I'm going to do, I'll go back there, make sure that I select it. First of all, select it, go to 3D view. As you can see, that is the wall. Now you can even work in 3D by just dragging it outside, then you can even do that. Then I'm using the shift and the wheel on my mouse to orbit like this. Sorry if I never mentioned this. You can go there and place the center, click on center, then hold your left mouse and orbit like this. Sorry, I never mentioned this. This is how you can orbit. The shortcut is for you to just hold the shift and the wheel on your mouse and orbit like that. It's going to, the orbit point is the element you have selected. If I just click outside, now I can orbit like that, but it's still picking the previous selection as the center. All right, so I'll select on that space bar to flip it. As you can see, it's right here. Now this is too far from the column. I want it to sit here. I can even use align AL on my keyboard. Pick this face and that face. You see that is going to align right there, as you can see. Right, now I just need to move it behind a bit. I'll select this one. Now with this one, it means that I can't see it in plan. But what I can do, I know that I've selected it. I can click on move and I can move it just a bit from this point up to that point. Let me see it, and you see that it has moved like that. All right, I can even move it further. I know it's selected. Can click on move, maybe from this point once again up to that point. Go to 3D view. Now I've moved it like that. Then I'll just make sure that it sits on top of the column like that. This is what I want. Now I'm just going to add a floor here on top, and before I do that, I have to cut the wall to join the roof. So I just need to select the wall, then attach top, then click on the roof. You see that it's right there. Let me now simply add maybe a floor there by going to ground level. I'm just adding a floor here and offset it up to the wall plate there. So I'll go to architecture, then go to, if you want, you can use a floor or a ceiling. I'll just use a floor there. Then what am I going to use? If I want to, maybe I can even use a floor. Maybe which floor can I use? Maybe this one here. And I'm just going to use rectangle. Make sure that height offset from level. Okay, let me use wall plate because that is the level where I want to place it. Then I'll pick that one and maybe that one there. Click on finish. Don't attach. Let me go to 3D view. You see that this is what we have. I want it to protrude outside a bit. Click on edit. Right, so I can use AL to align, and I want it to align to this one. Select that one, then go to edit there so that you can see the green check mark. Maybe let me use attach and join elements. Click outside, and you see that we have that one there. Okay, now if I want, I can even make sure that it goes outside. It's just a detail. If I want, I can even move it above. Okay, let me select on it. Height offset, because I want to offset it from the wall plate, maybe 200. Move inside like that. Okay, looks okay, so that it can touch this one here. I think it's okay the way it is, but I'll just try to make sure that I make it bigger by selecting on it, then edit boundary. So I'll just orbit like that. All right, I can select on this one, just drag it like that a bit, select on that one, just a detail that I'm adding here, the feature. I'm just dragging it, then click on finish. Let's see what we have. Attach, click outside. All right, I'm attaching that wall to this one. That is the basic wall. I'm going to detach to this slab. Okay, so you can even detach it because I want to attach this wall. Click on attach to the roof. All right, so it's perfect as you can see from here. Now let me add the window there by clicking on window. Click there, and I just want to, there's a window that I loaded here with some louvers. Where is it? It's right here. I can select this one. If I want, I will not change the dimension. I can place it there. As you can see, it looks perfect. Now let me add the ground here by going to project browser, and I'll go to site. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll simply go to massing and site, topo solid, and now I'll just pick create from sketch. And now I'll just click rectangle, and if I go to properties, you can pick the one. This is topo solid one, it's okay. I just want to pick a rectangle like this, doesn't matter. Now click on cancel. Let me go to 3D. You see that it's sitting right on top there. I can select on topo solids, then height offset from level. If I want maybe 400, use a negative because you want it to drop. Then move your cursor inside or click on apply here to apply whatever we're doing here. And you see that it's right here and it looks perfect. All right, so this is the plan. As you can see now in this one, I don't want to see this one. Hide in view after selecting by element. We have this one. The other thing that I can do is to activate the crop region and this one, so that I can drag the crop region to somewhere there so that it looks neat, just like that. So we have it here, and you can hide the crop region by just clicking there, and you see that it's right here. Now if I just go to my 3D view, see that we have it right here. Now those graphics that I showed, if I want, I can change this one now to maybe hidden lines. Now once I do this, I can go back there, go to graphic display options, turn on the smooth lines, then the silhouettes, I can pick wide lines. The shadows, I can show ambient and cast the shadows there. Let me click on apply, click on OK, and see that it looks better. I like it the way it's coming out. This is perfect, I think. All right. Okay, so now the other thing, if I want to show the background so that you see how it was, I can go there and go to background, just here, then make sure that I pick maybe sky. Let me click on apply. Okay, and you see that this is what we are showing as we are starting. So this is how you can start using Revit. This was quite quick so that you can understand on what to do. So this is the plan. This is the 3D view. Thanks for watching. Like my videos, share with your friends, and see you in some upcoming lessons.